Good morning, welcome to Williams Dog Training Company. We're here today with Fred and Faith, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today is Faith's ability to understand and respond to her obedience commands, the corrections and motivations we give her while we're working with her, and the training equipment that we're using. Fred is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he's going to keep the bulk of that leash folded neatly in his right hand, leaving his left hand free to give the correction. The correction that we give is a tug and let go to the training collar, which is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Faith has been fitted with her own personal training collar, and we'll show you how to properly use this during your one-on-one lesson. As you can see, Faith is seated on Fred's left, which is where all our obedience training is done. The first command they'll demonstrate is heeling, which is proper walking on a leash. Fred and Faith take off doing that now. The command you want to use for this is Faith heel, and then you start walking and she'll fall right in line on your left-hand side. And we've also gone ahead and incorporated our sit command into this, so anytime Fred stops his feet, as he just did, Faith will sit. Now it's important when you're heeling Faith that she walks nicely at your pace without trying to pull ahead of you or lag behind. If she did attempt to pull ahead or lag behind, say no, give a tug and let go correction to her training collar, repeat the command to heel, and then start walking again. Now the next command they'll demonstrate is our stay command, which is a hand and voice command. Fred uses the open flat of his left palm and inch or so from Faith's muzzle and the one-word command to stay. He walks out to the end of the training leash. Now this is a great exercise to build up self-control and maturity in Faith. You can start practicing this one at about 1 minute's time and work your way up in increments until you get to about 3 minutes. Now as Fred returns back to Faith, he's going to walk all the way around her, providing an added distraction as he goes behind her, and right back to that left-hand side heel position. She holds that sit-stay throughout, he gives her some praise, and then heels her right out of it. And I'll show you a little more of the heel sit and stay. There's that automatic sit. And gives her the stay again, back out to the end of the training leash. Now this time he'll give her a second to hold this position, and then he'll demonstrate the come or recall command instead of returning back to her. Calls her in using her name, she gets up, comes in, sits in front. Then we have a move called the finish. Fred's going to heel her right around the back of him and gets her right back to that proper left-hand side heel position, and she sits. He'll demonstrate that recall one more time. She's in a sit, he gives her a stay. Out to the end of the training leash. She's got a bit of an itch. He calls her right in. She gets up, comes right to him, sits in front, and then the finish. He heels her right around the back of him and gets her right back to that proper left-hand side heel position. A little correction there. She did not sit. It's always important to follow through with your commands. He heels her right out of it. Now it's a good time to remind you want to practice all your commands with Faith about 15 to 20 minutes a day. You can practice inside or outside your home and just incorporate the commands into your daily routine with her. And next we're going to be showing you our down commands. The first one is down from a heel position. Fred will use the open flat of his left palm straight down to the ground and the one-word firm command to down. He then gives her a stay and walks back out to the end of that leash. It's another great exercise to build up that self-control and maturity in Faith. You can start practicing this one at about 3 minutes time and work your way up in increments until you get to about 5 minutes. Now as Fred returns back to Faith, he's going to walk all the way around, just like he did on the sit stay, and right back to that left-hand side heel position. She holds that down stay throughout, and he heels her right out of it. I'll show you that down again when he comes back around. You can see she's doing very well, but it's always important to follow through with your command, so if at any point she does not respond to a command or she breaks a stay, the first word out of your mouth is no, followed by a tug and let go correction to her training collar, and then you're going to repeat the command you'd given her. Now he gave her a down again and a stay, back out to the end of that leash. This time he gives her a second to hold it, and he'll demonstrate that come or recall command right out of the down position. Calls her in, she gets right up, comes into him, sits in front. And then the finish, he heels her right around the back of him, gets her right back to that left-hand side heel position again. Nice job. All right, we'll give them a second to get lined up for our final command, which will be down from a distance. Now, this will be the down from a distance. You're going to have her in a sit. He's going to give her a second to finish scratching. Repeat it. Okay, You're going to have her in a sit. Give her a stay.
Stay.
Out to the end of your training leash. Now this is the only time you use your right hand to give the command, and Fred will drop her into it down from the end of the training leash.
No. Down.
There, perfect. He just had to get her to stop scratching first. Alright, he then returns back to her. Once again, he walks all the way around, and right back to that left-hand side heel position. Nicely done. Alright, we've demonstrated for you our basic obedience commands that we've worked on with Faith while she's been here at school. It's been a pleasure working with Faith, and we thank you again for choosing Williams Dog Training Company as your personal dog trainer.